I am Chief Warrant Officer 2, Duncan J. Searcy. The intended audience of this video is Congress, and I claim whistleblower status in accordance with Title 10 U.S. Code 1034. I understand that making this video in my uniform is a very serious decision. For the past 4 years, I have tried to rectify my situation the correct way through my chain of command. I have submitted an Inspector General complaint. I have attempted resolution through my Congressman, Burgess Owens. I have lost faith in my entire chain of command, including the Adjutant General Boyack, who has lied on an official memorandum sent to my Congressman. My Commander-in-Chief, Governor Cox, who signed off on the COVID-19 policies in 2021 for which my career is being destroyed, currently stands accused of election interference by his opponent, Phil Lyman. This video is not intended to be insubordinate, but I am demanding accountability from my leaders. I joined the military in 2017 and became an Apache pilot for the Utah Army National Guard. I deployed with my unit to Afghanistan in 2020. Shortly after returning home, all soldiers in the military were ordered to take an EUA, Emergency Use Authorization, COVID-19 vaccine. As mandating experimental treatments goes against Title 10 U.S. Code 1107, I simply refused the order. They attempted coercion, bribery, and threats to try to get me to take it. In April of 2021, I was grounded and no longer allowed to fly. I also refused to participate in the EUA COVID-19 testing, so then they shut off my pay and took away my benefits. I was required to miss my civilian employment and drill with my unit with no pay on multiple occasions as ordered by Colonel Noe Vasquez.
Shalom, Israel. I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings to the elect out there pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth. Risk your life to do so. I'm the brother Shaman of the Chicago branch of Great Millstone. And as you can see, Esau is falling. You know, we're watching them fall. Right, we're watching divisions being sown in them over issues like this. We're watching, the scriptures talk about that, man. It's joyful to watch the downfall of your enemies. You know, and I'm not going to say that he's not an Israelite because I don't know. I haven't been able to examine his spirit. But as long as you're serving under Esau, you're subject to his rules. All right, as long as Esau's in rulership and you're compliant with him and actively serving in his military, you know, you're the tip of the spear, so to speak. Well, you know, he said he was a pilot. The tip of the spear is really the Marines, but you're part of his army. Yeah, you're subject to his experimentation. All right, this is why we keep reading the scriptures we read. What talks about that when the wicked is in rulership, the people mourn. See, we spent all 2020 standing outside. Everybody was running by scared, face mask on or whatever. And I noticed that was like the tipping point for scoffers. After that, like we might get one or two, or you know, but it wasn't what it was before that. All right, what does the scripture say? He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? Yeah, that whole thing was a problem, reaction, solution from the different congressmen and lawmakers who were actually trying to bribe people with donuts and free burgers, fries to take it. All right, to these jobs. Like the dude said, he said, they tried me with coercion, threats, and bribery. All right, all three of the same things that we all experienced and we spoke about. Right, all the way to the all these different rapid testing centers that popped up in your neighborhood, from what kind of planning or what kind of funding took, you know, to do that. You know, this was all this stuff we keep saying it, man. It was all planned. And you have every right to refuse to take something like this, but it was the principle of the matter for them, that you would disobey a direct order and stand to be a part of this great God-fearing military, all that bullshit. And when the scriptures say he keepeth not at home, this is the primary way that they do it. All right, the military. Because you can throw a man out your country, you can boot people out, but if they got military bases, installments, they got ships coming in, helicopters flying over, drones and shit, then shit, like the scriptures say, they're the hammer of the earth. All right? And all you Israelites watching, if you're in the military, this is not the time to be in the military. This is not the time. It was never the time to be in the military. Let me make sure I'm clear with that. It was never a good time to be in the military, especially not now. All right, especially with the pressure that's going on in Israel with Netanyahu and corruption charges, and they're trying to put war crimes on him, but then they're actively fighting against Syria, Iran, and all these different other nations, Russia, and war is about to pop off. Ezekiel 38 is about to pop off. All right? But they say he will complain of an ungodly father. Yeah, their heritage is lies. He really thinks, well, hey, the scriptures talk about woe to them that seek to hide in the darkness, have all these meetings in the dark and all these conferences. Hey, the military, they import so many drugs, illegal guns that they pass along to their law enforcement buddies. All kind of operations they got running here in the States. People who work with them but don't have the uniform on, but they got a hand, the military has a hand in everything. Credit, they got their own little credit stuff. Real estate, they have their own laws for military personnel. Military, man. And when you get to the top, all of these different generals, and they are all of them. They're part of the American war racket, all right? Which America is looking a little dry right now. It's about time to go to war. All right, this is what the Lord said, Joel 2:20. But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea, and his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he hath done great things. So very soon, and we know it's not the Middle East, we know it's Western Asia, but very soon they're about to jump over into Western Asia, the military. All right? And yeah, when they do this beforehand, when they do this sea hipping, you best believe they're gonna do the soldiers. Because that's what it's about, man. Having that control. They want to have that perfect control, that perfect fighting unit. All right? And all of these different pills they give to the soldiers, experiments and drugs, and yeah, it's all deliberate. All of it is to control the minds of the soldiers. There's a brother who served in the Navy. He said, you know what really they were doing the whole time? They try to control your mind so you follow orders mindlessly. And that brother was right. All right? And this is why it tells you 2nd Esdras 15, and I'm just quoting Salaki, I'm driving, but it said they will not hearken unto their kings nor governors. And every man a sword in his hand against his neighbor. This is why. All right, because you're going to have a lot of people who support their regime, a lot of people who Like, nah, this is all bullshit. And I got the proof and I have the evidence. A lot of people like, well, shit, we can change it. You know, and then what happens is that swore comes out. Well, you know what? Fuck all that. It's the rule of power. Last man standing is going to decide the rules. That's what it's going to be, you know? And that's what's about to go down. All right? And that's about to go down very quickly, too. We're coming to the end of this year, which the legislation is already laid out for Jacob's trouble, where the government can basically, you know, use lethal force against protesters, against citizens. All the legislation is laid out already. All the plans are laid out. All Esau has to do is hit that green light, and me personally, I believe they're waiting on Trump to step in there for him to do it. You know, because Biden has too much, he got too much baggage going on. His son, you know, he just pardoned his son after, oh man, I don't know how the fuck they got away with that one. And these Edomites all seeing this. Like, you can go online and you can look up Biden's son. You can look up the charges for kiddie porn, and this dude smoking crack and doing all kind of crazy shit. Pardon. All right? The wicked always hold themselves not guilty, of course. And so we've been saying it for years. These low-level Joe Six-Pack Edomites who are willing to jump in front of a bullet for these different bankers and these different elites who are the driving force for the military and all of these different campaigns, they're realizing, like, hold on. I've been serving, my father served, my father served. We done took bullets for this country. We done did all this for this country. And they don't give a fuck about me. And they'll discard me at the drop of a dime. Like, well, hey, the scriptures talk about that. You know, it's a shameful thing for a military man, a man of war, to suffer poverty. All right, the soldiers have been getting treated like shit for years. And you best believe that they have their own personal people that they've trained, and they've been training over the years. Right? I've spoken to many of them. It says, "Fear not, O land, be glad and rejoice, for the Lord will do great things." All right, another one, Isaiah 27:1. And that's another name for Esau's armies, Leviathan. It says, "In that day the Lord with the sword and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent, and even Leviathan, the crooked serpent. He shall slay the dragon as in the sea." That's talking about Esau's armies. Right? The actual Leviathan is going to be used against Esau. Right? Esau's the crooked serpent. He said, what? I've created the crooked serpent. It says, "In that day sing ye unto her a vineyard of red wine." So it's going to be a lot of bloodshed. All right, the battle is in the hands of the Lord. The counsel in the minds of these different kings is in the hands of the Lord. And that's what these average G.I. Joe Edomites, they don't understand. They really believe that their campaign is so glorious, and that because a lot of them actually study warfare. They study, different cultures and stuff, and they believe in their minds that their campaign is righteous, and it was a righteous thing to take down Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Issachar, Reuben, all the tribes. They'll come up with, well, they were savages and they were doing this, and they actually believe that. They actually believe, look, we need to go into this other country, and then some of them actually know what they're doing, and so they jump in it for other reasons. Well, I know what this is really about. You know? Hey, ultimately, if you work for Esau, it don't matter if you know. It doesn't matter. The scriptures say, be not an underling to a foolish man. You have different underlings, you know? Like you watch the old cartoons that had the dumbass underling. He's the grunt. He don't know what the fuck going on. Then you got the underling. He's a little more adept, but he's still, you know what I'm saying? He's a knight, so to speak, on the chessboard. Then you have the upper level underlings. You know, they have an understanding for how things work, how things go. You know, they know some of the shadier shit that goes on behind the scenes. They know if they talk, it's gonna be a rap for them. You know, you had Megatron, you had Starscream. You have generals, you know, generals understand certain things, and then the chain of command under them. But when you get, you know, past the officers, past those, you know, West Point initiates and people in the know, most of these Edomites, they don't know shit. Yeah, this is a beast. This is the beast that they've used to control and dominate the earth, and now it's about to be destroyed. So call Loyam La Yahal Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Kadash. And you hear the dude on there, he's talking about executive order this and that, and they don't give a fuck about that shit. They don't care about that. Those are all just formalities to them, you know. They believe that, look, our ways are higher. What did the scripture say? He will sit in the temple saying he is God. They believe that they have a God level understanding of everything, and that their actions supersede, you know, what you perceive to be evil. It's Esau, man, the great God complex of Esau, which is why they feel the need to jump in your country and take out your leader if they don't serve their purposes, which they've done, and completely destabilize Syria and play other places too. So, Lord willing, it's edifying. I just thought this is interesting. Yeah, Esau's fall is and what I like too, everything is being put online now. So it's not just us talking about an abstract concept. You can actually see specific examples now and witnesses. This dude it sounded like he was an honest guy. They told him, take this in 20, that Fauci ouchie. He said no, and they fucked his career over. And most types like him, they were Boy Scouts. They were raised their whole life, I want to be a soldier. Yeah, this is going to cause great divisions among them. So, look forward to it, man. 2025 is about to start. It always starts off with a bang. Stay on your toes. Shalom.